Welcome back everybody. Good news, I guess, if you're still on Team Snoke, is that Plagueis, a fan favorite, a theory that just won't go away, and we have some more fuel to add to the fire. Over at the Reddit Star Wars speculation thread, a user by the name of KNNL posted an interesting article that came out around the time of episode 1. And he has a very interesting part highlighted, so let's take a look at what it says. One of the most famous of online scoopers who goes by the codename True Fan, supplied some interesting gossip regarding sequel buzz in a report to JediNet in 1996. That's a while back. According to True Fan, Lucas may even plant the seeds for the sequels in the upcoming prequel trilogy, most notably in episode 3. There are rumors floating around Lucasfilm and Industrial Light and Magic about episodes 7 to 9. It's been said that Lucas does want to make them eventually, and that they will revolve around a secondary character who is frozen at the end of episode 3 and will be revived as the central character of the last 3. Interesting stuff indeed. And it does correspond with that 1980s quote from Lucas himself that the third trilogy would deal with the character that survived Star Wars 3. These two quotes open up a Tatooine desert vista of intriguing possibilities and inspire a slew of new questions. So peoples, a secondary character who survives episode 3 by being frozen only to return in the sequel trilogy? Well, a whole bunch of characters survived, but were any of them frozen? Now, it's no longer canon, but in the Darth Plagueis novel, Palpatine killed his master the night before he was elected Supreme Chancellor of the Galactic Republic. What if Palpatine froze his former master? Plagueis was a wealth of knowledge, an interesting cat, not something you just throw away. Who knows what the extent of the technology is in the Star Wars universe? Maybe if you cryopreserve somebody immediately after them having passed on, you can eventually return them to life. Or if the technology wasn't yet at the stage of reviving a dead person, it might eventually be one day. It's what Walt Disney banked on when he had himself frozen. Now, was Plagueis a secondary character? And it does state that the character survives episode 3. Plagueis was killed around the time of the Phantom Menace. Maybe Lucas simply couldn't find an adequate spot to throw Plagueis in, or simply changed his mind. An important note though, Plagueis is first mentioned in episode 3, and it is only later that the Darth Plagueis novel places his death at an earlier stage. The novel of course came out after the film. It certainly fuels the Snoke is Plagueis fire, but did anyone end up being frozen at the end of episode 3? Well no, not that we know of, right? Maybe Lucas simply changed his plans? But I'd like to speculate even further. Let's shift our focus from the villain of the sequel trilogy to the hero. What if Padme didn't have twins? What if she had triplets? And it was the third child that was frozen. By who or what for? I don't know. There'd be a bunch of interested parties that would love to get their hands on one of Anakin's children. Maybe you guys can come up with some interesting theories. That third child would of course be Rey. That would make her Luke's and Leia's sister. She could pass off as Padme's daughter, right? A Skywalker, but not Luke's daughter. Powerful in the Force, would explain Snoke's interest in her and her bond to Kylo Ren. She would be his aunt. Hopefully none of that Game of Thrones incest stuff ends up happening. I don't think this angle has been explored before, but I could be wrong though, there are a million theories out there. There's your huge big twist, peoples. I definitely would have been rocked off my seat if I didn't have to think about this kind of stuff to hopefully keep you all entertained. In the end though, this is all based on some of George Lucas's earlier ideas and plans. He could have purposely left details out or simply didn't have time to explore them any further, but at the end of the day, even if he did pass these ideas on to Disney, we know that he himself stated Disney basically refused all of them, unless it's all a conspiracy and they're in cahoots with each other. Enough speculating on my end. What do you all think? Who is this secondary character who was supposed to be frozen at the end of episode 3 only to return in the sequel trilogy? Plagueis? Rey? Mace Windu? And do you think Disney would use such an idea to tie the 3 trilogies together? Leave your thoughts down below. To stay updated, hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching and for the support. Don't forget to like, share, sub and all that good stuff. And until next time, see yas.